Ricky Hatton. And Paulie the Magic Man Malignaggi about to begin his ring walk. He's a favorite anytime he fights anywhere on the East Coast or in the Northeast. And here comes the Magic Man. First fight after that tough loss to Ricky Hatton. Paulie Malignaggi, 28 years old, 25-2 with 5 KOs.
He's a pure showman. He loves to perform. And an interesting stat on Paulie Malignaggi is this. He don't have big punching power, but yet guys do not bully him inside the ring.
Well, we certainly saw that when he fought Miguel Cotto in Paulie's first loss, when he had his orbital bone broken and his face was a mess, and he stood and fought his opponent's fight against one of the fiercest left hookers in boxing, and he went the distance and won quite a few rounds in that fight. No one will ever question Paulie Malignaggi's toughness after that fight.
He actually did better against Cotto in close than he did boxing from outside.
And there we see Chris Fernandez from Salt Lake City, Utah. He's 16-6-1, 33 years old, 5'9", 142 pounds. And he will try to do what all of Paulie Malignaggi's opponents try to do. He will try to catch the Magic Man. Easier said than done. Let's get the ring introductions from Joe Antonacci.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to MGM Grand at Foxbooks for Broadway Boxing. Tonight's bouts are brought to you by DeBella Entertainment and Hennessy Sports and sponsored by the Palm Restaurant, the classic American steakhouse. Tonight's matches are sanctioned by the Mashantucket Pequot Tribal Nations Gaming Commission Athletic Division. Your chairman, George Henningsen, vice chairman, Kenneth Reels, and director, Peter Timothy. Our doctors at ringside, Dr. Anthony Alessi, Dr. Michael Raj Kumar, and Dr. Mark Gutman, and our timekeeper at the bell, Phyllis Roy. Boxing fans, this bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of action in the junior welterweight division. Our judges overseeing this bout, Glenn Feldman, George Smith, and Don Trella, and our referee, Eddie Claudio. Introducing first in the blue corner. He comes to us tonight all the way from Salt Lake City, Utah. He weighed in at 142 pounds, green trunks, white trim. Professional record, 16 victories, only 6 defeats, 1 draw with 9 knockouts. Please welcome Chris Kid KO Fernandez. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He comes to us tonight from Brooklyn, New York. He weighed in at 141 pounds, black and white trunks. Professional record an excellent 25 victories, only 2 defeats, 5 knockouts. Please welcome the former IBF Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, Paulie the Magic Man Malignaggi. Eddie Claudio has our instructions.
Instructions, all right? I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourself at all times. Let's touch him up. Let's do this.
8 rounds, junior welterweights.
His last fight, Brian, we've alluded to it. It was a loss that hurt psychologically a lot more than physically for Paulie Malignaggi when he lost to Ricky Hatton. And this is his first fight since against Chris Fernandez. Where do you think Paulie is mentally right now?
Well, Paulie Malignaggi mentally is going to be Paulie Malignaggi. Nothing can get this guy down mentally. He's a big critic. He's hard on himself. And he felt that the game plan, although he respected and followed Buddy McGirt game plan going into the Hatton fight, he thought it was all wrong.
Right.
But being Paulie Malignaggi, the respectful boxer, he trusted Buddy, and he went about the game plan that was administered in camp. And from that perspective, he was very unhappy with Buddy McGirt because he thought that, listen, you let me into a fight and you gave me all the wrong instructions.
Well, so far against a fighter who's not anywhere near Ricky Hatton's league, we're seeing Paulie Malignaggi fight like Paulie, which is using movement and speed, and that's what he stresses, as he should. He's not a big puncher. We know he only has a couple of knockouts, but very few junior welterweights can match Paulie's speed, and right now he's using it against a reluctant Chris Fernandez. Everything's off the chair, Brian, with Paulie Malignaggi.
And that's the fundamentals. That's the base. The jab is the most important punch in boxing. Paulie understands that everything. Once he gets the jab working, his opponents get sort of hypnotized. When is the jab coming? Then he sneaks short punches, short left hands. Short left hook, short right hands in there. But everything is off the jab. And did I say he's very hard to hit?
He is very hard to hit, no doubt about that. And the reason I find Paulie so interesting, he really has become a star based on the power of his personality. A lot of boxing fans want knockouts. We know that. You're not going to get that from Paulie. Yet, the power of his personality, his speed, and his dynamic personality in the ring has made him a fighter people want to watch.
He understands the marketing ability. He's a showman. He's flash. He can't punch. So give the crowd something different.
Right. Agreed. With that said, as he's dominating with his hand speed here, with that said, he was very disappointed when he lost to Cotto, and he was very disappointed when he lost to Hatton. He's a showman, but he also wants to be great. And that has eluded him to this point in his career, and tonight he's starting over, which is not so easy when you're 28 years old and you've had a couple of shots at the big guy. He's a former world champion, we should mention that. A former world titleist, I should say. It could be one again in a very talented junior welterweight division. And as long as we're talking about Paulie and his background, we have to mention, Brian, something we always say you can relate to. He's got very, very sensitive right hand. He's had several surgeries on it.
He's a rookie.
I know you had 5, I had 4 before.
What, he had 2?
From round 1, it was all Malignaggi from start to finish.
Paulie being Paulie, again, once he get the jab going, then he loves to stand in front of guys, move left to right, throw combinations, slip hands, slip under the guys. He just loved to mesmerize guys.
I don't know what trainer Eddie Phillips could be telling Chris Fernandez. If you cut off the ring on Paulie, usually what you do is do jabs. All right, round 2, Paulie Malignaggi in the black and white trunks, and Chris Fernandez from Salt Lake City, Kid KO, in the green and white trunks. Round 1 clearly to Malignaggi. And we mentioned Buddy McGirt, the new trainer for Paulie Malignaggi is Sharif Yunan.
And Sharif, Paulie has known Sharif for years, since he started in Gleason's gym. Sharif used to be in Gleason's with his own son training. So Paulie has a relationship, personal relationship with Sharif, and he felt comfortable having Sharif step in with him, although he's not a big name.
Well, that first round was good for Paulie because coming off the Hatton fight where he was stopped when his corner pulled him out of the fight. And he's never lacked for confidence, Brian, as you said, but at the same time, coming off a loss, you want to be yourself again. And I think that first round allowed him to be himself.
Yeah, you're right. It's exactly what you said. Coming out the first round, it's like Paulie, okay, I'm back to being me. I'm back comfortable. I'm back, although he just got hit with a nice right hand pulling out. He's back having fun, and having fun to Paulie being relaxed in the ring, making guys miss, and letting combinations go. little trickle of blood coming out of Paulie's mouth.
That may have been a result of it. Chris Fernandez landed a very solid jab early in the second round. He's a little more aggressive, Fernandez, than he was in the first round. But he doesn't have a lot of time to waste here because this is only a scheduled 8, not a scheduled 10.
You know, Paulie's one of the rare boxers who feels very comfortable with guys being aggressive. Most boxers, they're okay with guys being aggressive, but then they want the guys to stop being aggressive after a while. Paulie don't mind being aggressive from round 1 to round 8 or round 10.
And you see the fighters stepping on those letters in the middle of the ring. It says, "Pardon Jack Johnson." Promoter Lou DiBella among those who have created an initiative to get Jack Johnson a pardon for his 100-year-old conviction regarding a violation of the Mann Act. That was Jack Johnson was heavyweight champion at the time, and that conviction drove him out of the United States, and he was trumped up. It was a racist charge, and Senator John McCain also involved in that, and I hope he passes.
You know what, I'll probably say something that's not popular here.
Brian's shrugging his shoulders.
We're going to partner Jack